Hello. When I start these things, my voice is always really quiet because it kind of feels a bit weird walking around in public, just speaking to yourself. There's a few people around, but far enough not to listen. I always kind of... my voice will start to get louder and I'll start to speak more normally, but at the start I'm very quiet. I'm kind of looking around. I look really suspicious, actually. I'm like holding the phone up to my mouth kind of sideways, like on The Apprentice. So maybe these people think I'm on like a business call. I'm fine with that. Okay, so when I did the previous podcast or voice memo, like at that time I was like on my off on leave, and I kind of really felt like I needed to do it. Like I just felt like I needed to kind of get it out. But now I kind of feel a lot better than I did, and I feel like in a better place mentally, and I kind of don't really feel much of an urge to do this. I think you should only really do these things when like you feel like you need to do it. Well, I'm not really feeling that at the moment, but I do want to follow up. So this is more like a episode 1.5 maybe, because surprisingly, a few people listened to what I had to babble on about last time, and I got some feedback, which was super helpful, actually, and actually it's just made me feel just a lot better in general. I think speaking to people about these things, or doing like a voice memo or something, just getting it out, you feel better, and it's really interesting to listen to people's perspectives. Like, I kind of feel like I'm pretty self-aware, but maybe not so much. I don't know if you've heard of that. I think it's called Johari's window, and there's like, it's about like self-awareness, and it talks about things like the self that's known to others, the self that's known to you, and then there's like this thing called it's like what's known to others but you don't know. So like it's how other people perceive you, and stuff that you wouldn't even think about. So yeah, some of the feedback from the first one, one thing that came up from one of my friends was talking about maybe having a bit of an identity crisis, which like I didn't really think about before, but yeah, it totally makes sense. I'm so like obsessed with like clothing and wearing stuff like what I think I should wear. Like my friend mentioned the blading uniform, and this blading uniform is in and out of my wardrobe. It's in and out, on and off eBay. And he just said like, why don't you just wear what you want to wear? And I'm really bad at like just doing what I want to do, not what I think I should do. So that's like super valid. And it made me think. And I thought, yeah, I'll do that. So I'm going to try and, keep to that. Already feeling a bit happier, just kind of realising that. And then another friend of mine was talking about getting obsessive. Now, like, it's something that I definitely do. And maybe it's not too uncommon. Like my friend talks about when he buys stuff, he needs to get like every pant in each colour, or every jacket in each colour. Yeah, and I'm totally like that. Like I can't just buy an item, I need to get like it in every colour. I can't just like do something casually. I have to go all in, which we'll go on to in a sec. But like, for example, like if I couldn't go and buy like an album from a band or an artiste and just leave it at that. I would have to get every album. I don't know if that's good or bad, or if that's weird, but I do it all the time, and it's quite good, apart from when like someone has like a really long back catalogue. Like at the moment I'm like trudging through like The Cure's back catalogue, and some of it is like, yeah, it's not great, and then some of it's so good. But like I can't just buy the stuff that I like, I have to get every single one. I have to know everything about The Cure. I've already read like a couple Cure books. I'm just like yeah. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it does say that maybe I'm kind of obsessive, which was another thing I was chatting to my friends about. Like I guess I find it difficult to not be obsessed with blading and just kind of dip in and out, which is something I can't do in my life with anything else. So it's not just blading. I've come to realise that like I am really obsessive about things, and I go all in. And I think maybe this is where like the unhappiness is stemming from. I think like most normal people would just be able to say like, okay, I'll blade now and then. But for me it's either like I have to blade fully into it, or if I don't, that means I have to quit blading. It's just a cycle of back and forth from that for me. I'd love to be able to just like pick up the blades when I want to blade. Well, that'd be great. But I don't know if I can do that, but I'm trying to get towards that. And maybe just have a bit more of a casual relationship with blading. So another bit of info advice from one of my friends was that on Instagram they only follow people they know, blading wise, and that's such a good idea. And I did do it a while ago, but I did it again, and yeah, it makes such a difference. You're not like trawling through like Don Bruce's breakfast pictures. You're just seeing people you know blade, and it's a lot more inspiring, to be honest. Otherwise it's kind of just like it's either advertising and you end up buying more products, or you start to look at people blade and start to compare yourselves to them, and you see clothes, and it's just like it's inspiration, but it's kind of in the wrong way. Like when I see just my friends blading, like you can get inspired in a much more positive way. And like I need to save the pennies, because I can't like watch another Dast clip and then try and like scour the internet for his pants. I mean, it's just not the one. But what's got me feeling a bit better about things is just kind of realising that it's not a blading thing, it's like just a me thing. So I'm trying to work on not kind of beating myself up too much about just the obsessiveness. And after speaking with my friends, we were kind of just discussing things like autism. One of the traits can be an obsessive nature. It can be like an obsessiveness over routine, like both things, like 100% me. And there's like some other things as well. And we kind of talked about maybe if I had a diagnosis, I would kind of feel okay with things. And Or the question was, would I feel like it justified things? Did it make me feel better? I don't know, like maybe, although the waiting lists for a test are big. I mean, I don't know if I want to do it really, but I've kind of accepted that there is something there, and I kind of like feel okay with it. Does it justify it? Don't know. Does it help me make sense of things a bit? Yeah, I think so. I think I'm getting more like that, and the process of doing these things, these pods, it makes sense of things. It kind of organises things, and then feedback from other people is super helpful because there's perspectives and takes that you hadn't thought of, which I wanted to chat a little bit about earlier. Okay, so some context. I'm back on the island, back on the island near my house, and yeah, it's really sunny. It's really like green and peaceful. The ideal area to do one of these. I kind of do this walk most weeks, or I try to, so I'm not getting too much exercise. But that's going to change because I want to definitely blade more, which leads on to last week. So last week on my chat, I was talking about I've found it really difficult to blade. Like I've got to the point of blading and I'm just not, like I've got ready to go out and I just haven't. I've like walked to the railway station, walked back. There's been something that stopped me every time for like maybe, I don't know, is it a year, something like that, or maybe less. But the plan was to blade the next day. After recording the podcast, I had a few words with my friends, boosted me, and yeah, I tried to go into it with no expectations. The plan was to roll for 10 minutes because that would have been like an achievement. From the previous attempts, that would have been good. Anyway, so I managed it. I went really early to this. We talked about it last time, but it's like there's this Brooklands racetrack. It's like this famous like thing in cars or something. It's got a Tesco in the middle as well, and there's just a big lump of concrete. Like this is, I think it was something to do with maybe like a runway. It's like really long. So yeah, I went there like really early, no one about, but it was so quiet, like it was so like sunny. There was like bird song, there was like rabbits running past. Like it was like the cliche thing. So I put my skates on, and you know, sometimes when you put your skates on, you know, as soon as your feet are in the boots, whether that you're feeling it or not. Like, you stand up, and at that point, I usually know, like, if this is happening or not. So many times recently, maybe not recent, but I've gone somewhere, put them on, and was like, no. Maybe like the clothes are wrong, the fit's wrong, the look down is wrong. Like if the look down's wrong, the session's dead. Like even if you try and make yourself skate, if you look down at your skates and you're not happy, it's over, rover. So the look down was good, I confirm. Like I stood up, clothes felt good, skates looked good. just the feeling of the wheels rolling a tiny bit felt nice. It felt like you just know when you get that good roll when you first put your skates on, like just a little bit. Like it felt nice, it felt pleasant. And yeah, I just skated around backwards, forwards, doing some swivelly stuff. It felt so good. And I haven't felt that for a while. And I don't know whether that's the effects of like doing the podcast, if I was like just in a good mood that day. I wasn't necessarily hyped or anything. I was apprehensive, I would say, because I thought that once I put the skates on, I would just be like, what am I doing? But no, it felt really good. No one around, just the sound of the skates, like everything just like felt perfect. It's really rare to have those days when it just feels so good. And you know, I didn't do a grind. I wasn't on big wheel skates necessarily. I had like a flat setup, just stock factory settings ridders, which felt so good, and the look down was so good. Yeah, just about those ridders, something about them. Like I've skated like them 909s. I've had so many pairs. Like I've had so many pairs. I always go for like the black skate. I've got this thing where, like I was talking about earlier, where I buy stuff that I think I should have and not what I want. If you ask me what my favourite 909 was, I would say the Ridder. But what did I do with the Ridder? I bought it and I sold them, like very quickly, because I thought, no, I should skate a black skate. Black skate's the basic skate. It's the classic skate. It literally makes no sense. But I always do this. I'm really bad at like decisions. Like if I go to a restaurant, I look at the menu and I'm like, oh my God, I really want that like pizza. And I'm like, no, I shouldn't have the pizza. I should have like this prawn souffle or something. And it's like, do I want it? No. I think I should have it for whatever reason. So I've been looking for these ridders to appear on eBay for a while, and like I said, like since I've bought them, they've been up on eBay like twice within like a couple days. I put them up for like $275, and then had some, oh, can you do 200? It's like, really? Anyway, different subject. Bladers are so cheap though. 200. Anyway, that guy's not getting them. I'm keeping these. If I put these on eBay, please someone just email me and just tell me to stop, or phone the police or something. But yeah, they felt so good. Just the colour combination. Obviously, they're reminiscent of a certain skate or a type of skate that's very well loved. Maybe that's part of it. I think possibly it is. Like it does bring those vibes. But it just says a lot for the emotional attachment to a product or skate can just improve the experience. I mean, I've got the exact same skate in black, but just don't feel it at all. But this, yeah, I think you have to have that, like, that thing with products, like that connection. I'm going to skate again tomorrow. These things come and go. Let's see how good it feels. I might even do some grinds. There was a bar, like a P-rail on the ground, but it had no wax. So it's like super sticky. I really didn't want to fall on the first one back. So it's kind of got me thinking about like blading and how it makes me feel. Just like thinking about how kind of pure that session was. It was really short. It was like half an hour maximum, maybe less. Just like how good it was to move and kind of be expressive in my movements. I suppose, like in my life personally, I'm not very expressive. Like, I don't show my emotion a lot, and I don't like, I don't know, like the idea of maybe getting up on a dance floor or something is something I've never done and I will never do. And it just, if ever I go somewhere where that's involved, I'm like extremely uncomfortable. So, but with blading, like technically, well, like physically, I'm kind of there on a dance floor, you could say, in front of people, you could argue, doing movements are not dissimilar. It's the same thing, and I'm expressing myself. Of course I am. But it's different to dancing. But maybe, like, after all of this, if all blading is a way of expressing myself, that's good. Like, maybe I'm never gonna like grind or do a section, but maybe if like just putting the blades on and going out and just moving and getting some energy out, if that's all it was, I mean, I think that's good, right? Like, that's a positive thing. What's that thing at the end of Brain Fear Gone, or Aaron Feinberg? There's that DL speech. I don't know why we call him DL and we don't call anyone else like by their, so it's JJ. I suppose we do. But you know that speech, and he's like, or I can't remember who it is who's speaking, but they're like, rollerblading's like the good, honest form of self-expression, and there's nothing out there that can, something like that, they can touch it. I can't remember the speech. I think someone's probably on the rollerblading Facebook group with it, the whole speech tattooed on their back in Old English, I expect. I can't remember. Don't at me for that. But it's true. Like, maybe that could be its new purpose for me. But then, like, I kind of think, maybe I should get some big wheel skates. Maybe I could become a big wheel skater and just do this. See, like, I'm already getting obsessive. I'm already like planning on my next purchase. I'm like planning on wheels, but I'm not doing that. I really like what I have with these ridders, and I want to stick with that. I don't want to buy any more stuff. Like, my wheels are big enough. Like, I can move. They felt really good actually, and I still want to do maybe the occasional grind. And maybe if I end up ever going back into London with my blade fam and skate street, it would be nice to hit some little things maybe. So yeah, kind of excited for that. But I've got a lot of exams and assignments coming up. But after June I should be good to go with that. So I don't know, I'm trying to not think about filming stuff too much, but yeah, it would just be nice just to see people and blade with people, because obviously, like, I know a lot of people have touched on it, but when you get to 40 plus, you know, you find that you're blading on your own a lot. Like, it's not the same as it used to be. You miss that social aspect. Like, I don't really live near my friends, like either. Like, people in Devon, people in France, you know, even people in London, I don't live near them. So it's like a solo thing. Maybe that's like part of it as well. Maybe that's like the solo aspect is quite difficult. It's quite like, I kind of beat myself up for not wanting to blade. But how fun's a solo session? I mean, I had a good one, but like, it can be hard to get motivated for that. Like, shoe cam, get some clips for IG, you know, it's difficult to get motivated on your own. You're either feeling it or you're not, I suppose. Making yourself try to do it when you have a window and you think, oh, I should do it. That's tricky. It's tricky to get a good session. So maybe on reflection, like, my lack of wanting to blade could be the solo session thing. Possibly. So, like I was saying earlier, I think I really need to feel the need to do one of these. So nothing groundbreaking, if there was anything groundbreaking before, but nothing big this time. This is more of just a follow-up, just some things I've been thinking about through the week. Maybe if I get to the point of any big kind of announcements, I'll do another like proper deep dive. But at the moment, it's just just following up, really. Just some thoughts. I don't really know how to end these things, so I will say goodbye.